Hello everyone. This is the watermelon slice pot holder tutorial. So we're going to go over everything we need to make this cute little watermelon slice. And you will need a J 6mm crochet hook, a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors. I used Premier cotton. This colorway is fuchsia. I used Premier cotton white. This is Premier cotton flecky yarn, but it is called Pickle Splash. And I just happen to have some black peaches and cream to make my seeds, so you won't need but a little strand for this part. So let's go ahead, get your materials, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so you guys are going to want to start out with a chain of 4. So you're going to go make a slip knot, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you want to go back to the very first loop you made on your hook. Take your working yarn, slip that through both strands, and it will form a ring like that. So for your first couple stitches here, just hold that circle open and chain 3. Now this first stitch, that chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, so you are going to make 11 more into the center of this ring. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there we have 3 so far. So I'll finish this up and I will meet you back once you have 12 total. Okay, so now we have 12 total. So let's count to make sure. 1, you're counting the chain 3. So remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And at the very, very top right here, at that center of the chain 3 you first made, make a slip stitch. And then take your little straggler here, give it a tug, and you will have a nice little circle. So next we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and you want to double crochet right back into that very same stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, next stitch, yarn over, right into that stitch right there, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we want two stitches in every stitch around. So at the end of the round, you will have 24 stitches. So I'm going to do one more with you, and then I will let you go and I'll meet you back up. So back into the next stitch, we want to do 2 more. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. And then the next, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay? So we want 24 stitches all the way around. Meet you back at the other side here. Okay, Now at this point you should have 24 stitches. Now we want to close the round, so we want to do something similar to what we did last round and just slip stitch to close our round off and snug it tight. Okay, so then we chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now we are going to increase every other stitch. So I'm going to start with the next stitch over. This first chain 3 is going to count as a stitch. So we're going to do 2 double crochets into the very first stitch here. Okay, oop, I lost my yarn there. Pardon that. Okay, so into the next, we're just going to do 1 double crochet. Like that. Into the next, we're going to do 2 double crochets. And again. I'm sorry if you hear background meowing. Chessie is in the bathroom because she was being naughty. And 1 in the next stitch. So we're going to keep alternating like this all the way around, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, now at this point you should have 36 stitches, so your project should lay nice and flat so far, because we're increasing by every other stitch, so it's not going to be all wonky looking. That's why it's important to count your stitches, but we're going to seal off this round and we're going to start the next. So, and you should always end on an increase. This one won't go, there we go. And then we're going to chain 3. Again, we're always going to chain 3. Okay. Get a little more yarn here. Okay. Ready. Now, we are going to increase every other stitch now. So we're just going to put 1 into the next stitch here. Remember, your first chain 3 there counts as a stitch. So that's 2 double crochets in each stitch, and then the next one we're going to do 2 double crochets. So in this one we're going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, 2 double crochets. Now in the next 2 we're going to do 1 double crochet. So 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, like that. And in the next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets. Just like so. So now we're going to keep repeating that pattern, going 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 in every couple stitches. So in the next 2 you do 1 double crochet in each stitch, and then you do 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next 2, and then 2 double crochets in the 1. So we'll do 1 more and we'll just let you go on your own. So 1 in this stitch, 2 in this stitch. Ah, my yarn just like sliding off this hook. I love my clover amours, they're very slippery though. Okay, and 2 in this stitch. So before you go too far, just make sure you're doing 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2, and I will meet you back at the end of this round and we'll keep going. Okay guys, I am back. So you should have 48 stitches at the end of this round. Now we are going to do the same as we've done before now and slip stitch to start a new round. Okay, and we're gonna go one more time around again. If you want a smaller watermelon, you could just stop right there, but 5 seemed to be my magic number, which came out with a cute little size pot holder. So we're gonna do one more round of increasing and then we are gonna make the seeds. So for the next round, we're chaining up 3 and we're gonna go into the next stitch. Remember that chain 3 always counts as a double crochet. So we're gonna do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Okay. Okay, so you get 3 double crochets in the next 3 stitches. So we do 1, next stitch 2, next stitch 3. Jessie's upset because I've locked her in the bathroom because she was being mean to Cleo. And in the next stitch we do 2. Okay, so you want to maintain this 3 2 3 2 all the way around so that your watermelon slice is going to lay flat for now. So I'll meet you back at the end of this round and we'll go from there. Okay, at this point we are all done increasing and we have done 5 rounds. You should have 60 stitches total, so you should know you've done your increasing correctly if you end on an increase. Now to finish this round off, we're just going to slip stitch to the top of this round and chain 1 and cut your yarn. So we're all done increasing and whatnot, so you can pull that through and your project should be laying flat like that. Now you could make it bigger if you want. You can go another increase round if you want a bigger pot holder, but I thought 5 rounds was pretty good. Now I wouldn't worry about sewing in your ends because we're gonna fold this over like this, but for now we're going to make some seeds. So you'll need your tapestry needle. I've got mine right here, and you will need a little bit of black yarn, preferably cotton, because this is a pot holder and you'll need it to stand up to high heat. So take some black yarn and your yarn needle. I like these Knitter's Pride yarn needles because they have the wide top and you just pull through. So what I did to make seeds is I started first by taking the end of my black yarn and tying it to the beginning chain here of the circle. Okay, just like so. Double knot it if you need to. But like I said, you're not going to see any of this because it's just going to be hidden once we stitch it all together. Okay, so what I did was turn your work over to the good side and don't pull very hard, but just give it a little bit of a tug and make little stitches like lines. Don't pull it very hard, just like that, all the way around your watermelon. And like, you can make them higher or lower, however you want. I did every 2 double crochets here like this, so you have seeds like that. And like that. Don't pull too hard, you don't want your tension, and just go as many times as you feel like it. You don't want a really, really seedy watermelon, but you want it to look kind of realistic. Sort of kind of realistic, but not terribly over seedy. But I've got something knotted back here. There we go. And keep your tension loose because you don't want it curling up on you. And you keep doing this until you have enough seeds and you're satisfied with the amounts all the way around your project. And then we will move on to the next step. But I've been doing my seeds a little differently, all over the place. However you want to do it is fine, just as long as you're satisfied with it before you fold it in half. So I will meet you back once I'm satisfied with my seeds, and we'll go on from there. Okay, alright, so once you are satisfied with your seeds, should lay flat if you've not pulled tension on it. So this is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. So I'm just going to take my yarn needle really quickly and take my pink and just pull it through closer to where the black ends. I just kept going with my black until I pretty much ran out. And so this is the spot where we're not going to see it anymore. So I'm just going to make a little knot right here. Not tie it real tight, just very small. And tie it a couple times. And just give that a snip. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is take the wrong side and fold it over with your good side. And you don't have to weave any ends in at this point because they're all inside. So, if you take your hook and slip stitch, start with the slip knot with your white yarn, we're going to find the very top here and make sure you're going through both sides here. Okay, and I'm going to start with pulling a knot through here, and that one will weave in, unfortunately. 1, chain 1, and chain 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is go into both loops of our half circle here and pull up a loop like that. And we are going to make half double crochets for this round. So that is yarn over and pull through all 3 loops in your hook. Okay, yarn over again, find the next stitch of both sides and make sure you pull up 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, just like so. And might want to increase on that one just a little bit. Okay, and then try to find your next couple of them together and go through all 3 loops. Next stitch, and I would do 2 in every other. Sometimes they don't always pull through. Make sure you're going through both loops. So do 2 half double crochets in pretty much every other stitch on this round, and make sure you're getting through both sides so that your pot holder will remain closed. Okay, and then find your next 2 and then do 2 into that one. Okay, and keep doing that till you get all the way until this side, and I'll meet you back there. Okay, now once you guys have reached the end of this round, it should look like this now. So now you've come to your last double crochet. Now you just want to pull through. You can cut your yarn now and pull through. And now you want to get your pickle splash color. Now this is a Premier yarn. I just thought it was really cute that the faded look looked like a rind. I found this at my Michael's, I believe. But I mean, if you can't find this, I'm sure that you could just use plain old green, but if you can find this in Joann's or on the website, I think they're only a couple of dollars a ball, but this is Pickle Splash in particular by Premier, so just FYI. Anyway, so I'm going to start with a slip knot on my hook, and we're going to join right there on the very top, right here, in between everything, and just slip stitch in between everything here, and we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now as a little helpful hint, I just take my 2 straggler tails so that they don't keep getting in my hook's way, and I give them a quick little tie together, and then I'm going to keep on going. So you're going to yarn over and go into each stitch with a double crochet. So that's just yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Pull through 2. Alright, try that again. Yarn over, into the stitch, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, now we're going to do that all the way down the side of our watermelon. So 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way until we get to about let's see, 4 stitches before the end of our round, and I will meet you back there. Okay, so now I am about 4 stitches away from the end of my round, so I'm going to stop at the end of the last crochet, double crochet I made, and I'm going to chain up 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now I'm going to go slip stitch into the next stitch right there, and then I'm going to continue double crocheting until the rest of the round. Sorry, you're hearing Mr. Crafts. Okay. Pull through and pull through. Okay. Now when you get to the end right here, just pull and cut your yarn. And if you don't like your pot holder hook right here, you can move it over. So let's say we want to try that again and do a double crochet like that. Okay, and then into the next one here, I'm going to slip stitch like that, and then I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then I'm slip stitch right back into that same stitch right there, and I'm going to just single crochet from here because I like the look of that a little better, but that's up to you. And then I'm going to stop and cut my yarn out. Okay, now we are going to give this a quick tie here as well, not tight, just a quick tie, and grab your needle. Okay, and you can do this both at once if you have the big enough yarn needle. And I'm just going to slide my needle right through the slip stitch where I joined, and I'm going to slide right through here as well. Okay, keeping both strands together, and I'm going to go one more time into this stitch. It's kind of hard to pull both strands at once. Sometimes I just stick my needle ahead of where I need to be, right there. Okay, and it doesn't always go in very easy. And then you can just cut your yarn. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the other side with this one. And same goes for this side. You want to go underneath these stitches, hopefully holding both strands. It's not as easy as it looks. Well, if I can get both strands on here, there we go, and pull through. That does not want to go through. Of course, you're going to be difficult while I'm filming. Okay, let me pause and I will meet you back. Okay, so once you've got your ends all dealt with, you should have that lovely little watermelon slice now. And one I showed you before, this was the very first one I ever did, so it was like an experiment. So I was kind of wonky with my stitches, but then I learned after I made a few of them that you have to keep your stitch count when you're increasing, and it will come out nice and flat. And since it's double together, you can pick up something hot with it. So that's really cool, and it's perfect for summertime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully there will be more. This new camera stand is very nice, so hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys in the next video.